I'll never forget the rumble of those guns as they trundled out through the gun ports. I didn't think I'd ever see something like that. It seems like our era technology is advancing so quickly. The line of battleship may be a thing of the past, at least the wooden ship. We hear rumors of iron warships being built, one in New York, perhaps rumors of iron gunships being built in the South. I have a cousin who wrote and said that there are tin warships being made on the Mississippi River. And so the navies of Nelson, the navies of the Age of Sail are coming to a close. Already the bulk of our ships are steam-powered, not sail-powered, and so the era of the line of battleship may be coming to an end. Yet, this one last time, off Fort Macon in North Carolina, the wooden ships stood into the breeze, stood into the port, slid their gun ports open, rumbled their guns out their gun ports, and opened fire in a rolling broadside that even Nelson, I think, would have been proud of. We pounded Fort Macon incessantly. The walls began to crumble, and I think we're about to take our first port and our first fort from the Confederates. The rebels have nothing that can withstand the pounding of our guns. Some of our ships have taken some unfortunate hits. There is damage across the board, but the fort is crumbling, and I've been told that soldiers are on the way from New York to take possession once we complete our work here. Lieutenant Cushing, diary entry off the Hatter's Inlet in North Carolina. Hello everybody, it's the Historical Gamer once again, and today we're returning to Grand Tactician, the Civil War, a new strategy and war game that comes out on September 29th, leaving early access. It is a game that allows you to play through the American Civil War on a strategic side, where you raise armies, assign commanders, pick weapon loadouts, pick policies, choose invasion routes, while also allowing you to fight tactical battles when two armies meet on the strategic map. In that sense, it's similar to Total War, but in kind of like a mixture of something more like AJOD Civil War II, which is a grand strategy game, and Ultimate General Civil War, which is a tactical Civil War game. It's a really interesting game that I've been playing a lot of on this channel, and I've really been enjoying. This is episode number 22 in my Let's Play series. We are playing as the Union, and in this particular series, we're picking up after a victory near Manassas. It is the winter of 1861. We had originally moved south and taken Richmond from the Confederates, but they did counterattack and drove us back, and now we're holding pretty comfortably near Manassas Junction in Virginia, and then in sort of the Shenandoah Valley, we're holding near the mouth of the Shenandoah Valley, while also invading Western Virginia. And that's the situation we find ourselves in. This was taken from a live stream from my Twitch channel, so if you're interested in joining those streams, there's a link in the description. And with that being said, let's turn it back over to my live streaming self. I hope you guys enjoy. Leave your thoughts below, and I'll catch you guys at the end. How the hell do I land troops, though? That's my issue. It doesn't look like I'm allowed to land troops. No, I mean, you've got to be able to do amphibious landings. Like, you've got to be able to do it, right? I just don't see any options for that. I mean, I want to land an assault, but I don't know how. There doesn't appear to be... I mean, we could... Army orders. Scout, raid, guard. Construction, fort, depot, telegraph. Yeah, like, I don't see any scenario where I can... Even if I move them within friendly territories, I don't know that I'm allowed to do that. Oh, that worked. So friendly port to friendly port, it lets you do it. Oops. Well, I don't know what I did there, but I'm going to let them do their stupid way out of the way sailing because it looks like it's going to move them by sea. I think. Or it was. Industrialization policy 2 is completed. New ship types available. Mass production of weapons. It looked like it was going to let me do it. Yeah. Okay. So go forth and conquer, lads. Get on your ship. Oh, shit. Don't do that. No! I changed your orders. The other thing is, oh, shit. God damn it, I gotta fight another battle. I don't know what I did. Oh, it looks like there's a siege. Shots fired at a British ship. Well, that's dumb. Don't do that. All right, we need a new policy. So we finished industrialization level 2. We can work on level 3, but I think I'd rather actually go with legal blockade. No, we'll do diplomacy because legal blockade will piss the Europeans off. So we'll go with legal. We'll go with legal blockade after we do diplomacy level 1. Also, Army of the Valley is currently besieged. We could assault the enemy positions. Let's do this first. Army of the Potomac. I'm assuming we've got a bunch more good weapons. So Burnside is Springfield rifled muskets. Springfield muskets. Ooh, we got some Sharps rifles for sharpshooters, lads. All right, we got 2 more rifled muskets available to us. So let's outfit the troops there. Make sure everybody in the Army of the Potomac has a rifled musket who wants one. I'm going to replace the reboard muskets with the Springfield. Even though they're not like rifles per se. Standardization is better. Can I give my cavalry this? Yes! We've got real weapons as options for our cavalry now. Hell yeah. So we can go with Sharps carbines, which have a 350 yard range, 9 rounds a minute. Maynard carbines, 12 a minute? Really? These aren't like lever actions. I don't think they're that fast. Or maybe it's 12. No. I don't know. Maynard carbines, 12 a minute. Sharps is 9, 350 range, 300, 200, 200. Let's go with the Burnside's carbine, I think, for all of the units here. Just out of a sheer standardization perspective, we have 3 cavalry brigades, so we can give them all Burnside's carbines. We have some 3-inch ordnance rifles. Hell yes, brothers. Let's replace the 6-pound field gun with 3-inch ordnance rifles. These rifled guns are good. These rifled guns are good for long-range work. All right. I'm going to keep the 24-pound howitzer, but I'm going to replace the 12-pound howitzer. We give the 12-pound howitzer to the horse cavalry. If it lets me. All right. 3-inch ord, 12-pound Napoleon, 3-inch ord, 24-pound howitzer. Army of the Valley. I don't think I can upgrade or do anything with their troops while they're surrounded. Maybe I can. Oh wait, this is the Army of the Potomac. Sharps rifles give me 9 rounds a minute and a 500 yard range. Yes, please. Those are sharpshooter weapons for sure. So everybody has a rifled musket or the Sharps rifle. And then we'll replace that with a 3-pound gun. By the way, you can kind of game things. So like if I wanted, this unit has 6-pound field guns and it has 16 guns. If I wanted to have more 3-inch ordnance rifles, I could just take Burnham's 16 6-pound field guns, hover over the combined units option here, and all of a sudden I have 16 3-inch ordnance rifles under Hannibal Day, while we're down to 8 6-pound field guns. That's a little cheap, but I just did it. All right, Greg, let's overhaul all our cavalry with better weapons. Okay, we did the infantry weapons. Now I think it's a matter of doing the cavalry weapons. Sturgis. You can have used some Sharps carbines, Army of the Kentucky. Zook, your boys can have some Maynard carbines. Griffith, your boys get them Smith carbines. I don't know what I'm talking like this. I think that's everybody. All of my cavalry is upgraded. All the infantry that can be upgraded is upgraded. The artillery as well. Army of the Shenandoah is invading where? Where the hell's the Army of the Shenandoah? It says they're invading somewhere. I guess it's saying they're somewhere in West Virginia. Okay. All right, let's send the Department of Pennsylvania to assist in the siege of the Valley. Those 10,000 troops I think will be useful there. Meanwhile, I think now that West Virginia is in our control, it's really just about guarding this main pass here. Theoretically, they could move up down here near Salem, but I think having Buford here would be good enough. So that situation, Confederate morale's down to 61%. West Virginia is ours. So the other objectives that we have for this war: break Confederate morale, we haven't done that. Maintain support above 60, we are doing that. Capture 10 forts, we haven't even captured one yet. Cut the Confederacy in half, we haven't done that yet. We have won 5 consecutive land and 5 consecutive naval battles, however. So there's that. We're sending those troops down to take Confederate Fort Macon. Maybe we'll just work on reducing other Confederate forts. We did lose some ships in the process, which wasn't great. We also suffered some ships damaged. I'd love to reduce Norfolk. I'm curious when the Virginia will show up. We are building the Monitor. No, I'm not paying Burnsides any money for those carbines, Sean Mack. Why would I give Burnsides a dime? He's a loyal soldier. Okay. So Diplomacy 1's going to take 27 days. That's what we're working on next. We've started the Great Snake. All these guys moving. There. Department of Pennsylvania is moving to the help of the Army of the Valley. It was besieged by a superior force, although not dramatically superior. You can see casualties are being suffered, attrition during the siege. I don't know what unit's been routed. Wait a minute, it says high officer casualties and they're unhappy. So John Wool is wounded, so we need to replace him. David Russell is a 2-star, so we'll give him George Sykes. That good old crusty regular Sykes. Okay. I don't know how they're getting down there in the middle of the siege, but you know. Department of Pennsylvania, how about you force march your boys? March through the night and get there. We need some foot cavalry. November 21st. Coastal armies preparing a siege. All right, so we've got our coastal army ashore here. Can we just auto-resolve an assault here? I don't think there's much risk. Glorious victory at Fort Macon. My command has ended with the Fort Macon garrison retreating in panic. My command has earned us a total victory with the enemy army running for their lives. The enemies reportedly suffered 11 casualties. Morale is believed to be determined. We have lost nothing. All right, so Fort Macon is ours, lads. Huzzah. So these ships can return to base. Go back to New York. Repair yourselves. It's going to take 159 days to get the fort back up to full strength. I think we'll transfer one of our brigades into Fort Macon. All these guys are Springfield rifles, muskets, boys. Let's change that. Oh, we produced more Springfield muskets. Okay. Give them reboard muskets. So Lyle's brigade, Peter Lyle, Colonel Peter Lyle. He's an insignificant man. No one cares about him. We'll move his brigade into Fort Macon. So you are now the garrison there, sir. 2,300 men, 2,800 once your casualties are repaired. Major General Kiley. All right. So now I think we'll pull the coastal army back to New York until our fleets are ready for another bombardment, and we'll have to see what the next fort is that makes sense for us to assault. We could go for something risky like New Orleans, or we could go for something less risky along the coast. Not sure where. In any event, we captured our first port. Maybe Norfolk. That'd be interesting. Department of Pennsylvania, you guys are still moving, right? November 24th. God, could they march any slower? Battle of Tennessee's Rivers. Okay. Not that I want them to move a squadron up the up the Tennessee. By the way, how are our riverboats? Still 4 disabled? Tinclads are nearing completion. So it looks like the Army of the Shenandoah is invading Western Virginia. So we'll probably want to move Don Carlos Buell against him. Buell is the largest army in the Union right now, 35,000 troops. Status winter quarters. Are you guys ever going to close the range here? There you go. Okay. So these two armies are here, so I think we could probably break the siege at wherever the hell we are in the valley. Do we auto-resolve the assault? Or we just fight the battle. Let's fight the assault. Run the guns on the river. Yeah, I got to figure out how to fight on the river better. By the way, Commissar Vistu, thank you very much for the resub. Fatherhood is treating me well. Sorry I missed that. But I appreciate the support. So the enemy has 14,000 men. Oops. Why do I not have Patterson's troops? Well, great. Just great. Defend your position. All right, well, I guess we're on the defensive here. For some reason, that army that I marched to my aid is nowhere to be found. Oh, well. There's a nice ridge here outside town. Okay. So these troops' morale seems to be bad. Maybe we can assist that by digging some trenches. I mean, I have no idea where the Rebs are going to come from. Got one brigade here. I don't know if, like, I don't know how artillery gets treated in parapets. All right, well, hopefully they come right at us. Let's go. Rebs could come from the south, but looks like they probably will. So that was a little bit of a lazy strategy here. They may come on our flank up over this bridge. Well, I guess we'll see what they do. My troops aren't terribly happy. No, it doesn't. I don't think they're going to arrive. There was no indication that we would have reinforcements at the start of the battle. That does seem odd to me, though. Anyway, we'll see. I need to LARP Shiloh. Well, if they don't come to our aid, this isn't LARPing Shiloh, but... we get to see our first 3-inch ordnance rifles in action. Springfield rifled musket. And we got our Sharps rifles. Ooh. The Sharps rifle, a large bore falling block rifle with an unusual pellet primer feed, very accurate and fast firing. Accuracy, very good, 500 yards. Weight, 7.5 pounds. Reload, 9 rounds a minute. Burn through that ammo pretty damn fast, that's for sure. Now we just wait for the Confederates to... Oh. Let's give one of these guys the sharpshooter trait, I think. And discipline, lads. Let's actually do this. Let's move these sharpshooter troops up here. And then we'll form them up in a breastwork. Because I'm assuming that's the direction the enemy is going to come from, is over that bridge. Hate that. You've got to do it, click it once. Then you've got to click it again to turn it. And no one's doing anything. Build those parapets, lads. Or those breastworks. You'd think if we're being besieged, it would be like a pretty well dug in position. You'd get a whole bunch more engineer points or something. Might be. Ouch, Adius. Ouch. All right, the enemy's coming up. Hopefully we can hold again. Enemy morale doesn't look great either. Remember, we've defeated this enemy army multiple times. Here they come, lads. Here they come. Here they come, lads. Here they come. Make your guns ready, lads. Use those rifled guns. It says they're unstable, but they've also got an entrenchment perk, a supported perk, and a commander perk. It's also possible more of their troops could be coming through the town. Nope. Never mind. So Hood's coming up here. All their morale is flashing red. This is the dicey part, is like, do we do long range firing with these guys because they could burn through their ammo so fast? But I think we do. So artillery is opening up. At least one of the batteries is. Meanwhile, enemy guns are in action. More enemy infantry coming up. Loring, Steele, Walton, Hood, Virginia. They could definitely go up over our flank. All of our batteries of artillery are now in action. All right, let's advance Cooper. So beyond his barricades to have him engage at range. Use your damn sharps for everything they're worth. Maybe we can break a brigade or two before they even, like, we're shooting at them and they can't even hit me yet. So, Loring's brigade's doing the little jiggle. Jiggle, jiggle, jiggle. Okay, that's a bug. They're just like, la-di-da-di-da, we're gonna vibrate back and forth. They're vibing. Alright, Walton's brigade is taking some casualties here. Burning through that ammo pretty damn fast, though. Cat jam, yeah. Cat jam right there. Alright. Slocum's at 2 casualties. 158 for Walton. God, these sharps are nice. Taking a few casualties from artillery fire. This long range work. We could probably pick these enemy guns off at range too. Nice little sharpshooter brigade. AI, if I was you... Oh, more troops coming up. Hardy's brigade's coming up. Man, they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 infantry brigades here, and I've got 4. 3. It's not a fair fight, boys. It's not a fair fight. I need more ammo. Give these sharps more ammo. In Biggs. Almost 300 casualties for the enemy against 8 of our own. Ooh, ooh, baby. I like those kill to death ratios. Too bad I've used 20 of my 60 rounds of ammo. I just gotta hope that, like, I can maybe route 2 brigades with the Sharps rifle unit. And then maybe that'll be enough to force the enemy to withdraw. Reynolds battery's taking some casualties from the Sharps also. Loring too. Almost 400 casualties here. It's not a fair fight, says the guy using breech loaders with longer range than enemy guns. Damn right, Sean Mac. I don't have enough ammo. I've already used half of it. It's not a fair fight. We've got machine guns. We don't have enough bullets. It's like a unit in World War I. They've got Maxims, and they're like, it's not fair. We don't have enough ammo. If you're in a fair fight in this game, you're doing something wrong. You know, I can't argue with that. That might be true. 13 casualties versus 540. It's a turkey shoot, boys. It's a turkey shoot. Loring's lost more men. Well, if I was the AI, I would be rushing me. I'd be like, yeah, we're taking casualties. Maybe we should just push everyone forward right now. I don't know if they're deploying more troops that we just can't see. If they want me to attack. I'm really not sure. We're down to 26 rounds of ammo. We've used more than half of it. We've inflicted 611 casualties on Walton's brigade. The other positive, though, with this, the way this engagement is playing out, is if the enemy's just kind of waiting, in part because of the way that we're fighting them, is it could... There we go. Walton's brigade routed. This guy's around a fence. So we routed one enemy brigade. we firing at Loring now? I can't really tell. He's up to 42. Stuck brigade. What the hell are we shooting at? It looks like we're shooting a Reynolds artillery. I guess I'm okay with that. Not sure I want to waste that many rounds on artillery battery, actually. We're kind of spreading it around a little bit. Let's actually fire on Loring. Because they're, I think, technically in the open. And they're exhausted because I think they're still trying to move. The problem with Slocum's brigade is they're on a fence, which gives them some defensive perk. Can't see him anymore. Right. Let's pull back to our entrenchments here. Maybe we'll get more ammo at the end of the day. Doesn't seem like we're doing much damage to them though at this point. So we will pull back. Four hours from sundown. How's my artillery doing ammo wise? We still have 40 rounds and it's in the red. That doesn't make sense to me. The problem is, like, it would only take the enemy an hour or two to assault me. But we only have 11 rounds left of ammo, so we'll pull back. We'll see if the enemy wants to attack. Tickler Rotund, thank you for the follow. The Only Kenobi, thank you for the follow. Appreciate the support, folks. Hope you guys are enjoying the stream. I can see Zoe is still asleep, although she is starting to stir, so this is probably our last fight for the night. But yeah, so far, I would say it's a pretty clean victory. Taken a few casualties in the 1st Maryland. The enemy has not seen fit to assault our positions. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Stay where you are. God damn it. Stop right-clicking. Reynolds, what do we want our artillery to fire at? Are they even firing at anything? Can they counter battery? Love to knock an enemy battery out if they've already taken some casualties here. 40 casualties. Yeah, it really doesn't want to attack me, huh? We'll move the 3-inch ordnance rifles around there. 12-pound field gun. So this isn't a howitzer, and it's not a Napoleon. It's just a general 12-pound smoothbore, but that's somehow different than the Napoleon. Because it doesn't say it's a howitzer. Let's do this. Skirmishes. Forward, lads. Go engage the enemy infantry with skirmishes. We might have the range advantage. These guys might be stuck with smoothbores. Might as well use up the ammo I have before nightfall, right? With my other units. These guys have 12 rounds. What if I send skirmishers forward? Do they only have 12 rounds? They have 8. Engage the enemy artillery and see if you can drive them back. Keenly's demoralized. What? What the hell do you have to be demoralized about, Keenly? You've lost 40 men. You're low on ammo, but that's not really saying much. Cooper's low on ammo. Who the hell's Cooper? One of the artillery battery commanders? I don't even see anyone named Cooper. Who the hell's Cooper? Oh, Sharps rifles, boys. Low ammo. Yep. I understand. Just do what you can. Yeah, so I will say the AI has been much better in my experience, but why it is so damn passive here. Like, maybe it understands, like, attacking dug-in troops is bad, but just sitting there and eating rifle fire when your troops apparently don't have the range to return fire is kind of silly as well. Like, we're just chewing away at 2 of their brigades and 1 of their artillery batteries, and they're just sitting there taking fire. How heroic of them. All right, let's speed this up. Okay, so the skirmishers fall back to their unit. These skirmishers continue to blaze away. Slocum's lost almost 300 men without returning fire, 60 for steel. Meanwhile, the enemy artillery battery of Reynolds is routed, and as a result, the enemy is retreating from the field. Huzzah, boys, they're retreating. You've got 50 minutes to pursue. That was a dumb battle. 100% dumb. Yeah, he's made a lot of improvements, but not here. Not today. All right, boys, engage them. Well, now they're shooting back, apparently. So they have the range. They just elected not to fire at my skirmishers, which could make some sense. But also kind of not. Like, either withdraw because you don't want to deal with the skirmishers, or shoot back because you can. I don't know. That was weird. All right, boys. Firing line is in action. The enemy's retreating, but they're not really. All right, so we routed another enemy brigade. We didn't even need Patterson. There you go, victory. Minor federal victory at the Battle of Front Royal. 2,100 Confederate casualties against 52 Federal. Whoa! Dear God. Oh, man. They're in shock at the amount of lead flying their way. Maybe. Hey, it's Win. Thanks for coming on over. Thanks for the follow. Well, that was a victory, but it was kind of a silly one. Kill death ratio 40-1. Well, when you factor in wounded, probably not quite that many. Let's take a look here. The enemies reportedly suffered 2,113 casualties. 303 of them are killed. Their morale is believed to be stable. I don't know. I think after that battle, they'd be shook. Meanwhile, Union casualties, 52 men, 22 killed, 6 missing. Yeah, I think they would 100% be like, what the fuck just happened? Victory for us, though. So the Army of the Northwest is driven back. The siege is lifted. You'd think the Valley Army would be happy. I think we're going to take the Patterson's command of about 11,000 men and parcel it out to the Valley Army and the Army of the Potomac. Because I think with the fall of West Virginia, technically anyway, to the Federals, and with the 35,000 troops under General Buell in West Virginia, and with the Army of the Tennessee pulling into Eastern Virginia, we probably don't need that extra command. Now, Patterson himself, I mean, he was disgraced earlier, but he's actually fought pretty damn well. His troops are pretty damn good, too. So he's got some level 2 experienced brigade commanders, even some 3s. He's got George Thomas, George Wincop, Neagley, and Williams. All of them are 3 stars. This army might have fought more battles than anybody else. There's some pretty damn good commanders here. The division commanders were pretty meh, but the brigade commanders have some pretty impressive traits there. Meanwhile, we've also taken our first port in the Confederacy, our first fort in the Confederacy. I don't know why their morale is panicked. They took the damn fort. Flying flotilla. Coastal armies returning sans less 1 brigade. And I think it's just a question of where we send them next. I think you can build forts too. By the way, also apparently by taking that fort, we have taken the port of Moorhead, which is now Union. So that's good for us. Our policies, we're working on diplomacy, 18 more days on that. That'll actually give me access to Lorenz rifles and Enfields. If we take a look at our goods and trade, artillery, ammo's kind of unchanged. Yeah, it doesn't seem like there's a lot of changes here in terms of price. Finances, we're at negative 145 million surplus. We have 164 million in debt, 10% unemployment. The wealth is developing. The economy is in recovery. 7.62 interest rate, a credit rating of A, which is not too bad. 9 million in cash currently. The AI is managing our finances at the moment. And if we go to the strategy side here, you can see Confederate morale's at 61%. National support's at 85. Morale of the armies is at 67 versus our 96, 90, 83. Loyal states, I don't know why it said 14 before and 13 now. The Confederacy didn't lose any states. It's just the western portion of Virginia broke away and joined us. So that's weird. 28 to 5 in terms of battles, 65,000 to 36,000 in terms of casualties. And yeah, our weapons industry is getting closer, but the Confederates somehow have a better weapons industry. Yes, you can play as the Confederates particle. Meanwhile, I'm waiting to take the offensive in Kentucky with Sumner, who now has 25,000 troops, and Grant, who has 16,000 troops, until we can get through the winter. Although, I don't know. We're upgrading this depot, by the way. Can we move Grant a little bit further south? Let's move him to Lexington. And then have him construct a depot there. We need more depots in the west to support our eventual advance. Tinclads are up to 83%. I'm curious how effective the New Orleans squadron would be. I think they might have some ironclads there, but I'm not sure. We could try and make a move for the forts on the southern tip of... I'm assuming these are... It doesn't have the fort icon, but I'm assuming there's forts here. There's apparently a Florida State militia of 3,000 troops opposite of Fort Pickens. Make sure to take Memphis. I have not pushed down the Mississippi yet. I should take Memphis. I'm confused why there's so many fort icons on the map, but not many actual, like, forts here. Fort garrisons. Are they ungarrisoned? No, I know the New Orleans ironclads weren't great, but they also were never finished either, so who knows how good or bad they would have been if they had actually been properly completed. They had major propulsion issues, though. Okay. Are any of these wounded ever going to return to service, guys? Come on. Get better. You were shot with a bullet. Big deal. Get over it. All right. Well, I think that's going to do it for today's episode. I hope you guys did enjoy. Leave your thoughts down below. And until next time, as always, it's the Historical Gamer saying once again, thank you very much for watching. This is episode number 22 in our Let's Play series of Grand Tactician: The Civil War, an upcoming strategy and war game that leaves early access on September 24th. I hope you guys enjoyed. And until next time, I'm out.